Welcome to the Hill 2026 Aston Workshop. My name's Jack, I'm the head of marketing here, and I'm going to take you on a full tour of everything that's going on. So one of the things we do every year at the Hill is our Aston Martin timeline. So we get one of most Aston models throughout their history, and we line them up here at the top of the lavender field, which is quite nice. So far here at the end we've got Bob's 2 litre. That was built as a race car originally but was sold as a road car because the race was cancelled that year. We've got a little 1598, got a DB24 notchback. They only made 34 of those and that's one of the last ones. I think it's number 33 in the run. Some of the Newport Pagnell cars here. DB4, that's for sale in the showroom. DB5, that's just had a full restoration including the conversion to left-hand drive. We've got a DB6 here that we've been doing a bit of work on. I think that's getting picked up today by the customer after the event. We've got a DBS that we look after. You'll have seen that in one of Neil's videos. And a V8 there that's also for sale in the showroom at the moment. So in this kind of modern classic era of Astons, we've got the V8 Coupe, 2 DB7s, a straight 6 and a Vantage, a V12. We've got a V12 Vanquish there as well, which, as you know, we do a lot of manual conversions on and things like that. In terms of the Gaydon era cars, we've got DB9, that's a nice DB9 GT that's come along today, which is lovely. Got a V8 Vantage, a V12 Vantage, and a lovely 101 DBS. We saw that this year. The colour's hardly green, and it's over green leather. It's the only one that they ever made in that spec. That's a lovely car. Continuing the kind of Gaydon and VH era cars, we've got a Signet, quite a rare thing. That's a car that we look after every year. Rapide S, lovely thing. Got a Vanquish. We've also got loads of Vanquishes, second-gen Vanquishes in the Vanquish area. Got a DB11, a new Vantage, and a DB12 Volante on the end there as well. If you've not been to Aston Workshop, we're based on what's called the Red Row estate, so we own all this land. We've got the pub behind me, the Black Horse Beamish. That's quite useful. If you get your car serviced here, you can get a discounted stay overnight there, which is quite nice. Got the Orchard Marquee here. We use that for weddings and events, things like that. And right down the bottom of the site, you just might be able to see it, it's Car Barn Beamish, and that's our non-Aston specialist. So all kinds of supercars, sports cars, as well as Caterhams and Norton motorcycles as well. This is the Aston parking area. We had about 150 Astons booked in total, plus a few extra from the owners club. I think the turnout this year has been the biggest we've ever had, which has been great. So all the Astons are parked here, and there's a few more through there. Some Vanquishers and some of the AMOC cars are outside the workshop. So this year being 25 years of the original Vanquish, we thought we'd keep the courtyard to be a mainly Vanquish parking area. A few non-Vanquishers have managed to sneak in, but generally this today was first gen and second gen Vanquishers, including the manuals that we're working on as well. One of the interesting cars we've had book in this year, which is great to see, is this. It's a Tickford Metro. If you don't know anything about them, basically when Aston bought the Tickford name and the factory, what have you, Tickford built some kind of non-Astons through the 70s and 80s, of which one of them is the Metro. The Tickford Metros wear Aston wings, so they are kind of considered Aston Martin to some extent. You could call it the original Signet maybe. So yeah, it's great to have one of them here. So you might recognise this car from our website or from some of the other videos that we've done with Neil in the workshop. He's one of the Vanquishers that we've done a manual conversion to. So he's come back today and the owner's been fantastic. He's been letting people look around it and get used to what these manuals are like. So in the showroom here, which generally is the first place that visitors would see when they come in, it's looking a little bit empty of cars because a few of them on the timeline, but this is where everyone's been wandering around speaking to Alex. So our showroom is generally laid out classics on this end all the way through in age order to the modern stuff down the other end. I'll give you a bit of information about these cars I've got around me. So this is our DB24 Vignale. That was the only one that was ever built. It was built for the King of Belgium originally in the 50s. We restored that car over a very long period of time throughout kind of the late 90s, early 2000s. That's just come back from the Aston Martin Heritage Trust Museum, which was nice. We've got a DB4 here. That's one of the original prototypes. That's chassis number 7. It's the UK demonstrator. That's got a really interesting history. There's some more about that on our website. This DB4, we restored that car quite a while ago now. We store it for the owner who comes across to the UK, drives it around, leaves it here the rest of the time. Finally, we've got a DB4 race car. That left the factory as a standard DB4, but was raced throughout the kind of early 2000s as part of the lightweight racing spec they did. Again, not raced anymore, but we look after that here in the showroom. Got a couple of DBSs here which I thought might be interesting for you. So this one here, we've painted this Cumberland Grey as part of its restoration. This has actually got George Lazenby's signature in the glove box, who drove one in the Bond film On Her Majesty's Secret Service. This car here, we've just finished restoring that thereabouts. That'll be on display at Goodwood this year. That was the Earls Court Motor Show car in 1968, so we've returned it back to its original colour, which is burnt almond, retrimmed it, gone through it mechanically, and that's also for sale here in the showroom. So in the modern service bay here, this is where we look after everything DB7 or newer basically. So we've got a V12 Vantage Roadster here, we've got a DBS Superleggera on the ramp. Our modern servicing includes all the second century cars, so that's DBS Superleggera, DBX, Vantage, DB11, cars like that. That's because we have the AMD S2 tool, we bought that back in 2023, so I think we were the first independent specialist to have bought that. Also on display in here, we've got a second century exhaust system that's got a failure of the exhaust valves. You might have seen that mentioned in one of Neil's recent videos. We've got a V8 Vantage engine over there that's going to get a full rebuild. We've got a twin plate clutch from a V8 Vantage on display. We've also got a Rapide engine. That car's just come, it's going to need a new engine by the looks of it, but we've had the damaged engine on show to show what can happen to these engines. We've also got a Rapide front subframe there as well. So as part of the hill, we've been running behind the scenes workshop tours. The start of the tour is here in the Heritage Workshop. We've been showing everyone around here, through the service bay, machine shop, and then into the paint and body shop. A couple of the cars we've got in here, we've got a Vanquish there that's undergoing a manual conversion. Got an Ultimate DB5 restoration over here. Got a V8 there that we're putting back together, kind of a subtle recommission, I suppose you would call it. Another manual conversion in the back that you might notice in one of our recent videos. A V8 that's just arrived here for some crash damage repair. We've got all sorts in basically. So one of the great things about the hill is that we get to show everyone the kind of breadth of the work that we do. So all of these cars tell a different story and they've all had different levels of work. This has had a full restoration. It's had a couple of subtle modern upgrades, modern gearbox, brake, suspension, it's got aircon, things like that. Whereas this is a relatively original V8 that we're going to be putting back together, quite original as well. As part of the tour, we show everyone all around the place, so modern service bay, paint and body shop, engineering. And I think that's one of the things that people really get out of coming to the hill, is seeing just how much we have on site. So in the machine shop here, this is kind of the heart of the engineering side of the business. We've been showing everyone basically everything we do in here. So the machine down the bottom there, that does all the heavy lifting. That's great for stuff like our blocks that we make, our heads that we make. We've also got some more traditional machines and 3D printers as well, which has been a big part of what we've been doing in the past 12 months or so. 3D printing parts to test fit them to cars. We're in our engine dyno room here. This is where we test our engines before they go into cars. As part of the tour, I've been showing everyone engine assembly and engine testing. So the engines we've currently got in assembly, we've got a couple of V8s in there, one with the original mechanical fuel injection system and one with a modern fuel injection that we've developed. There's also a V12 in there that's undergoing rebuild at the moment. And then we've got this DB4 straight 6. This is from one of the cars in the workshop. That'll be tested this week and then it'll be going into the car back end of this week into next week hopefully. This is the engine dyno desk. So through here our engine builders can run up the engine and get loads of information out of it. Not just torque and power, which is obviously very important, but things such as airflow ratio, engine speed, you get all the information out of it, and that's what helps us build the engines the way we do. One of the things people find really interesting on the tours and they maybe don't know about is our transport service. So we actually have two covered transporters. We've got this Motorfit bodied double transporter and we've also got the Iveco over there that can do one car. As well as that, we've got trailers and we've got a little Giacato flatbed as well. So we can move up to 6 cars, I think it is, at once, which is quite a lot. So the next part of the tour is here in the body shop. So we have 2 metalworking booths over there and we've got the tools here for cutting aluminium and shaping aluminium. Some of the projects we've currently got ongoing, we've got a DB5 here that's undergoing full restoration. We've just picked that project up at this stage, so there's still a little bit of bodywork to go on it. We've got a DB6 Mark II over there, we've got another DB6 Mark II bare metal over there, and we've got a DB4 GT Zagato recreation ongoing as well. Finally, we're here in the paint shop. So we've got the one spray booth there, and the rest of the time while that's in use, the lads are out here prepping cars as well. Some of the cars to talk about ongoing, we've got a couple of modern V8 Vantages getting some paint rectification. We've also got this long wheelbase Volante, which is getting a full paint back to its original colour. It's a great car, this. Also in here, we've got a Land Rover that we're doing some work on for the car barn. That's our non-Aston specialist down the hill. And a Mini as well. We're painting a classic Mini, and that's in the booth at the moment. So that's it from our whistle-stop tour of the Hill 2026. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, the date for next year will be out very soon. Get your ticket booked for that. Thanks for watching.